What is going on, guys? SunSpot here with yet another NECA review, and today I'll be going over the NECA 1989 Batman video game version. Now, without sounding like a complete and utter douchebag, I do not have the other NECA version of Batman, the black one, because I didn't really feel the need to get two Batmans, and I do like the color scheme on this guy even more. And again, that's kind of a dick thing of me to say, considering I'm this hardcore collector and I'm supposed to get everything. But then again, Batman is definitely not one of my favored superheroes, so I decided to keep my collection of him pretty light. So without further ado, people, let's just jump right into this review. Starting off with the box, NECA really doesn't disappoint with these video game boxes, and it's just really beautiful. I really like the aesthetic going on here. Obviously, we have the Batman logo from the movie. We have just the name Batman, which was the title. Obviously, I'm sounding like a complete dumbass. But on the box has this this series of clouds, I guess. I'm not really sure what they are. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but, you know, if anybody knows what that is, go ahead and comment about it. Corner of the box just says official NECA seal of quality, and that's about it for the front. Sides of the box don't have too much going on. We obviously have the title of the movie, the logo, and the logo of NECA, and then moving on to the back, you can see that we have some really nice artwork that NECA did for us. We have the bat signal, obviously signaling for Batman. It's really nice artwork. I do like this, I like how the light is portrayed as purple, and then over here you actually see Batman himself. It's on a building, I guess. I'm not really too sure. They also feature two pictures of the accessories he does come with, excluding his extra hands. He comes with his famous batarang and grappling hook. Here is just a little bio, I guess, of the character himself, or maybe it's just from the video game, not sure. Either way, you are more than welcome to pause this video and read it. As for the figure himself, he really does not disappoint. I do like the overall sculpt and model of this guy. He's super posable. You know, I have some complaints with the neck and the abdomen, not the abdomen, but the stomach area, but again, they're trying to, I guess, sculpt this figure off the actual suit from the movie, so all the defects he has was on purpose. Starting off with the head sculpt, it is definitely Michael Keaton-esque, especially with the jaw. And, you know, I know it's blue and the eyes aren't really sculpted or whatever. You could, if you can't really see, there's nothing really there. But you could definitely tell that it's Michael Keaton in the costume. And I do like this very light purple, and the camera just turned yellow. Don't worry about that, people. My camera just went completely chaotic and retarded. As I was saying, I do really like the paint scheme on this guy. I do like all the textures they put on the cowl and everything. It is like when you put your finger against it, it's like all indented and everything. I just do really like that, and I do like the very light purple that they have for the first half of the face, I guess, and then when you slowly move to the back, it's like this much darker, almost blue paint scheme. And you know, that goes the same for the ears. Front of the ears are like this really light purple, and then other half is just pretty dang dark. What I really like about this is that the mouth brings a lot of contrast to the cowl itself. It's this really light blue, sky blue. If that even makes any sense, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just really nicely detailed. They actually did put a lot of skin textures in there, which I find kind of creepy. The eyes have literally no sculpting or anything. It's just black. Again, I don't know how it goes for the second version, but that's how it is for mine. I mean, you could tell there's some kind of texturing inside there, but it's really hard to see. Moving down on the cowl, you have the bat symbol with that sky blue coloring in the back of the symbol itself, and just moving around, I do like the sculpt on this guy. These things are pretty pointy, as they should be, and again, this is rubber, which I do like. It reminds me a lot of his costume in the movie. It's kind of flimsy, and because it's rubber, it does give a lot of flexibility in the head and turning it so you could at least have some articulation. And just moving down on the figure, I really do like these ab sections. They're really nicely sculpted and detailed. It's just so cool looking, and I do like a lot of the mixtures of colors here. You have this really dark blue with this light purple, almost pink, and again with that sky blue flakes going on each ab or whatever. It's really cool. You even got some on the nipples. Here we have that, again, that little strip of light blue along with that light purple going down the arm, and then we have the gauntlet, which again is amazingly detailed. I do like all the weathering effects they got going on here, and I do like the spikes and just how these like little lines or whatever are sculpted on. And these things are decently pointy, not too bad. They are kind of flimsy, so be careful not to bend these off or whatever, because I know how it is with these NECA figures. You could tell that the hands have a lot of detail on them. I like these like polka dots going on the palm and everything. They actually put a surprising amount of detail on this, more so than even the Planet of the Apes figures. And just moving to his crotch area, we have his belt. I feel they could have done a little bit more coloring on the belt. I mean, maybe these little strips or canisters or whatever these guys are could have been that light blue, or maybe that dark blue or something going on there. I don't know, because I know the center of the belt is that sky blue, but the rest is just this light pink. Actually, if you go to the back, it gets a little bit darker, but not too bad. Again, I wish there was some more coloring there, and his underwear is pretty damn tight. You can tell they added some like black paint there, make it look like it's folding or whatever. It's just really cool aesthetic there. Legs do have, again, that complement of colors, that light blue with the light purple, and more of that dark purple / blue. And I do like the detail they put on the thighs and everything, if that doesn't sound creepy. And moving to the calves, I guess. Again, really nice detail, very movie accurate. I really like the design. It's like this V formation or whatever. And one thing I don't remember in the movie, he had these things on his ankles or whatever. They're rubber, by the way. It does hinder some articulation. That's why it kind of is a bitch to stand this guy. But, you know, it's not too much of a complaint, and it does have a lot of decent detail, and they actually did put some texturing at the bottom of the feet, which I do appreciate, at least the outline. And overall, it's just a great sculpt, and if you want to look at his badass, there it is. One thing I, of course, have to mention is we finally have cloth on a NECA figure. I'm so very happy. We have a cloth cape, and it's amazing. Now, I wish they did have some wiring in this so you could pose it, but it's really not a big deal. Only complaint I have about this is that it kind of seeps out of the cowl. You kind of have to push it back in so you don't see everything. It's kind of annoying, but you know, you do it once, you don't have to do it again, really. I mean, it's not like you're going to be playing with this guy too much. And I really like the paint scheme. It's definitely different than the rest of the figure. I mean, you could tell that it's a very shiny purple, and it's definitely lighter than the purple on the head, let's say, but not as light as on the arms. But it still brings a lot of contrast to the figure. As for articulation, he does have a decent amount. His head / cowl can move up or forward and back and side to side, and can pivot on this really nice joint. More articulation than you think. His arms, if you just move the cape aside, can go forward, and be careful of the cowl, and back again, be careful of the cowl, as well as side to side. He has a 90-degree ankle at the elbow, and you got to be careful because NECA is known to have snapping joints, and the paint was stuck for me there. Can go back a decent bit too, and it does rotate at the elbow about 360 degrees, and he also has a forearm articulation, which I do like as well. Can rotate 360 degrees both ways, obviously, and his wrists can rotate, again, that much, and can pivot in all directions. As far as his waist go, this is probably where he lacks the most articulation. Can go forward and back slightly. I don't know, it's definitely hindered by this giant just sculpt they put for the abs and the chest and everything. It can kind of move left and right, but not really, and has somewhat of a pivot. Legs can go forward and back. Be careful of his undies, as well as side to side. He can practically do the splits, although I do not recommend it. He has a 90-degree ankle, or almost a 90-degree ankle at the knee, and can rotate 360 degrees there as well, and can rotate 360 degrees as well, and he does have ankle pivot as well as full rotation, and just be careful of not ripping off this little guy. As for accessories, Batman comes with a couple things. He comes with this really, really nice grappling hook. I do like all the detail put on this guy. It's a solid, light or maybe even dark purple, I can't even tell, but you can just see that there's just a lot of detail put into this. Just giving you guys a closer look, just see all the detail put into this, more so than you think in person. It's a really nice sculpt and can fit in his hand pretty easily. I would have like somewhat bigger of a grip here or a handle, but you know, there's so much you can ask for. And it would not be a Batman figure if he did not come with his famous Batarang. Again, just like the grappling hook, this is a solid darkish, kind of maybe lightish purple, can't really tell. A lot of detail on this little guy. That's only on one side, the other side is just completely flat, there's just nothing there. But can fit in his hand easily. It is very bendy, so be careful not to twist it when it's in his hand, because this shit will fall off. He also comes with an extra pair of fisted hands in case you don't want him to hold any accessories at all. As you can see, Batman is in great scale with, let's just say, a RoboCop, I guess. I just took the closest video game figure I could find. I'd say RoboCop is just maybe a little bit taller. I really can't tell. I mean, Batman isn't really fully straight. His knees are bent slightly, and both are obviously taller than a regular Marvel Legends figure. So overall, this guy is a definite badass. Now, I don't see him too much in the stores as I do online, so unfortunately you're not going to have too much luck at your local Toys R Us or wherever you guys shop for these guys, unless it's like a legitimate comic shop. But you can get them pretty decently cheap online, at most for its standard price. And if you are a Batman fan, or you just collect all these video game versions from NECA Toys, then I highly suggest you pick this guy up if you have the chance. He is definitely and truly a badass, and he deserves to be in your collection. So guys, if you did enjoy this review, please like, subscribe, and comment, and do all those things you viewers do on a daily basis, and I'll see you guys in my next review.